Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all doing well on this fine Friday. As always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, wherever we are around the world. Hope you're all doing well. Do say g'day in the chat for those of you who are in the chat. I know there's only a few of you on the stream, but all good. Appreciate you guys. So far, good week. Again, end of the month, so been a really good month once again. Just doing the same shit over and over again, guys. That's all I do. Nothing special, bit of work, so that's what we keep doing. That's what we'll be doing again today. We'll be analyzing the charts, see what we can come up with moving forward on both gold and GJ. And obviously, we'll see what we can come up with, like I mentioned. Charts have been a little bit stagnant today. Not a great deal of volume about. No clear direction. Everything seems to be stuck in a bit of a range right now. But nonetheless, we will get cracking with the analysis, guys. So if you could, smash the like button. Let everyone know we are on stream. And also, don't forget, do say g'day, get involved. Let's get this chat rocking. Let me know you're there, guys. And I'll get to you guys shortly. Any questions, feel free to ask. I will probably the only stream out there that you can use me as a Forex jukebox. Just ask me whatever you want me to look at, and I will have a look at it for you. So don't be shy, guys. That's the least you can do is help me out by having a chat, saying something in the chat, say g'day, and we'll get started with the analysis moving forward. So let's start with GJ. And what we can see is, look, it probably depends on what broker you're using, because on this particular broker, I wonder, has opened with a gap to downside. So it's pretty much at the closure of that previous weekly candle. So I'd call it a doji candle, so little direction within it. What we do have is long wicks and eye direction. What we do have is also an inside bar candle. We have not broken a low, nor have we broken a high of the previous candle. So based off that, I'd call it doji. It's very difficult to know what to make of that weekly candle. So all we can do is really look to see what we've got in between the levels once we go down to the more sort of 4 hour and M30. The daily, well, there we go. Absolute horror, the daily. Just crappy price action, printing barcodes at the moment. Previous daily, higher high, lower low. Closing back bullish. Current daily, not far away from its open. Bit of an upper wick, not much of an upper wick. Has tapped into the lows of the support, and obviously bouncing off it. It is just a real mess on the higher time frame. So normally, guys, when I do look at this, I'm coming to the charts to see this. No, I'm going to need to pretty much wait for a nice clean move to cut through a lot of this crap before I can start looking for trades. But we'll see anyway. Once we go down to 4 and M30, what we may have some areas to get, which might give us some options to get involved in trades. But very little that we can make off the daily candle probabilities or the current formation of the daily candles. All we can do is really go off the structure itself, which is bearish, coupled with that doji candle. So far my bias would be to look for the sells just off now. Now the 4 hour remains bearish as well, so I will call the bias irrespective of the M30 structure as bearish. But what we can see is we are just in an absolute mess on the 4 hour as well. It's no better than the daily, to be honest. And we are out of support, so if you were to be looking for buys, we'd rather buy it from the lows, obviously. So potentially we could get some options moving forward, see what we can come up with. But structure wise, it is bearish. So again, having said that, I would more likely be looking for the potential sell option, sorry, on GJ. But I'm going to mark in support, going to include those wicks to the left. I'm going to mark in a resistance as well, and that is our immediate 4 hour range. Looks pretty clean below 192.50, that same level as yesterday. Looks pretty clean above 191.530. Got a little bit of margin to the next 4 hour resistance. So we are technically bearish on the 4 hour. The M30 now, structure M30. Once again, this was it took a bit of work to determine it yesterday. What we can see is, though, it's still bearish, actually. to me it looks still bearish. That is the low, not close below, nor yep, it's bearish. So the bias is bearish across the board. So therefore, guys, I'd rather be looking for the sells personally. So it's a matter of where. Moving forward into Friday, you guys know, who follow me, been following me for a while, what I prefer to do on a Friday is trade in line with the strength of the, first of all, the weekly candle and the overall bias. So the weekly, we don't have much to go off, but as far as the bias, we definitely do. We know it's to the downside. So what I'll be looking for at the moment is price to make a pullback towards 191 flat, that psychological round number. And at that point there, I can begin to look for my candle price action to take a potential sell back down towards the current daily candles low. So that is likely what I'll be looking at for the time being on GJ. As far as further options, we have to just wait and see and reassess as more data prints. I'm not going to sell it into the support. If we just reject right now, I'd rather it pull back up to that resistance. I'm going to just deepen this resistance zone a little bit. It pulls up to, taps in towards 199.30. That would be sufficient enough to look for my sell options. Even if I was to consider buying it above, guys, it's not the cleanest to the left as well. I mean, looking at the 15-minute, you're running into resistance. As soon as you break that resistance, you've got like 8 pips or so, I think it was, when I had a look at it before, to the next level of consolidation. So in this sort of situation, if I was to look for any buys, what I prefer to see is price create a clean move to cut through that mess, pull back, form a support, and then I'd start to consider the buy options. And I would consider it based off the fact that the weekly at that point would have actually flipped back bullish. So potentially that is the only area, or the only sort of confirmation or scenario where I'd start to think about the potential buy options. So I'll put it up there. It doesn't mean I'm just going to be buying it as price pops above it and closes above it. I want to see a little bit more than that. So that is a GJ, guys. Make sure to smash the likes. Also, if it does reject the highs at 191.350, then once again, I'm just going to be looking at my calcium price action for a sell option. It makes perfect sense to sell it from the highs. So that is definitely another option, guys. So that is a GJ. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know. Kane, g'day to you, brother. Anyone else out there, don't be shy. Say g'day, guys. Do say g'day. And we can have a look at gold. All right, so having a look at gold. Benny Chamberlain, hope you're well, brother. So gold, similar to GJ, the weekly candle itself, but it is an inside bar candle, but this is actually forming bullish still. So let's just mark in where it flips. Let's just see what we've got below it in case there are potential options for a sell. But based off the weekly, it is bullish. Based off the structure in the daily, it's bullish. The previous daily did close back a pretty strong bullish candle, but once again, we keep rejecting those highs around at 23.30. Current daily has a small upper wick and is now pulling back. So again, on the daily, similar to GJ, we're just in a bit of a mess in the higher time frame, kind of consolidating in the daily, very little clear no real clear direction, but we are technically very bullish still. The structure is bullish. The 4-hour structure also remains bullish by the looks of it in the 4-hour. Yep, not create a high, nor have we broken or closed below the low. So structure on the 4-hour is bullish. This week yesterday tapped right into that solid level of support, so I'm going to just mark that level right back in because it obviously is a very strong level of support, and I want to see what happens if price does pull back to that point there for potential buy options. Now, as far as resistance, we're going to mark in these highs. That is the immediate 4-hour range. Now, within it, where could we potentially pull back to look for buys? Now, not looking great from the current area, to be honest. If support has formed, but we're just essentially consolidating. We need to look at it, first of all, looking at it on the M30. It is very choppy price action to the left. The trickle down was very messy. We've got wicks in all directions. We've got bullish, bearish, bullish. We've got no real sustained movement or no real volume throughout the Asian session. So, I mean, based off that, let's go down to the 15. Again, 15's even a bigger mess, to be honest. You've got it is just a slow trickle to the downside. Nothing to convince me that we're got any sort of clean areas to look for buys above. So in this sort of circumstance, I'd prefer to be buying gold today. But what I want to see really is one of two things. Let it create a clean move down. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to pop down to the 4-hour support. We've bounced off it multiple times. So what potentially we could do is pop down towards 25.09. Form a support above that level where I could potentially look for a catalyst within price action for a buy. I'd prefer it to actually make a clean move down just now and do so, tap into that level if I was to be honest. So that is a potential option. Change that to blue. Be looking for the potential buys above that point there upon confirmation of support forming. Now, further buys, very similar to what I mentioned on GJ. In this sort of scenario, what I prefer to see is if it creates a clean move up, let it create the first impulse to cut through a lot of that mess to the left, then pull back, open up the range again to some clean traffic, and that's when I start to trust the current level above for potential options to buy it. So until that happens, and if and when it happens, I'm not all that keen, to be honest, on the buys just now, because you're buying it back into a choppy mess. Sells, I'm not, again, as per my rule on a Friday, look, I'll be happy to help you guys out if anyone is looking for a sell. I reckon a pull back to that point there would be an option. If it creates a clean move up towards 25.20, only to reject its psychological round number and gives us a signal in price action, that is probably the only point where to me it will make sense to sell it. But you want to, similar to what I mentioned about the buys, you want it to make a clean move to the upside, only to reject that point there, then give you a signal in price action. As long as you make a clean move to that point, only to reject, at least you've opened up again the traffic within the range a little bit for greater probability entries, in my opinion. If you want to look for trades right now, doesn't mean it wouldn't work, but my concern would be all these wicks. It is a real mess. When you go down to the 15, it's even messier. So I just don't see any levels to get involved in potential buys from this point. So I'd rather let it create the move up to see if it does reject for a possible sell. I prefer it to pop down and look for the buy from support. If to be honest, seeing it is the Friday, and I'd rather trade live the strength of the actual bias itself, the structure. Today's goal, guys. Hopefully that makes sense. It does. Smash the like button. Just absolutely smash it. Just don't break your screen though. Not liable for any screen breakage. Nor am I liable for any losses. Still got the ban on TikTok. I appealed it, but apparently my appeal was unsuccessful. So fraudulent content, what can you do, guys? Scamming people into making profits live. So very quiet in the chat. It's 26 of you. Do say good day. Hey, once again, good morning to you, brother. Or good afternoon to you, sorry, I should say. Ben, hope you're well, bro. We'll have a chat at some point. Carl F, good morning as always. I appreciate your support. Legend. Carl F, always in the chat. GGPM, hi, did you see what happened with Don? He had lots of investors' capital from his viewers, but he does the weird thing where he scales in while in drawdown, he blows the whole account. Oh, really? Yeah, that's the thing with, because he's got these massive stop losses, guys, and that's the thing. Yes, sometimes I might overmanage a trade. Sometimes I'll get out a little bit early in a small loss, and it might go for a win. But a lot of time when I get out early, I've saved myself a big loss or a much bigger loss because it's just simple rules, following rules, making it black or white. That's what I do. Win, lose, or draw. Before I enter a trade, you guys see it. The rules are clear cut for the entry. It's no guesswork. It's either valid or it's not valid. As soon as you're in a trade, you see how I manage it. There is no, again, if but I want to hold it into, 70, 80 pip drawdown because it still might flip. I might just buy another, add another position or whatever. None of that shit with me. If there's technical reasons to manage trades, I would do it. So if I was in and I have managed people's accounts before, mark my words, I would never ever let it go into such significant drawdown, nor would I just keep buying in if I was looking, in buys and kept going against me. I think it's quite, to be honest, irresponsible on his behalf. I do respect the guy, to be honest. From what I've seen, he seems to be a good trader, but if he's doing that, then I don't know. That's my opinion of it. Everyone's complaining it's Discord. It was minimum investment 5k. Yeah, I would not be happy if that were me. Would definitely not be happy. I felt bad taking a loss when I was managing people's accounts, to be honest. Even though the account was in profit, but just taking a loss was like, didn't feel that great. But it was all part of it. To be honest, I haven't traded someone's account for a couple of years though. It's probably about a year ago, actually, year and a half. Sales below 25.13, account closes below. Not for me, mate. Look, I understand, but right now it's just a trickle. There is absolutely no volume, there is no momentum, it's just consolidating. But as far as the candles from price action, closures below 25.12 and a tap in would not be a bad option. But once again, I'm bullish on gold today, so I'll keep an eye on it with you. But that's if it were Thursday, if it was Thursday, and I was using the strength of the current daily candle, forming quite a strong bearish candle, and looking to see where we could potentially break and look to retest to claim a sell option, basically, that would be an area. So quite simply, what I would look for is closure below, retest, and that would be sufficient enough to look for a sell. But again, I'm just so strict with my rules that on the Friday, we are bullish across the board on gold. I'm not going to buck the trend. I'm going to trade with the structure if it gives me the opportunity. GJ is a little bit different because the bias is technically, well, it is technically bearish, but the way the weekly candle is forming, that gives me options to look for the buys as well. But I've explained what I want to see in regards to the buy options. Yeah, but gold being bullish across the board, I'd rather look for the potential option of buy it if it does present. Farouk, good morning to you too. Man, hope you're good. Out on the road, nice one, man. Yeah, I went to the gym this morning. It's a fantastic complex, but it just shits me and they're missing some very simple stock standard machines. There's no preacher curl bench, which to me is like, it's a must. There's only one cable system. I'm not sure of the names of it. There's the one that, you know, stretches out really wide. It's got like the lat pull down machine and row machine all that attached to it. I don't have the other one though, which is smaller version, which I love to use as well, which is a little bit disappointing, but otherwise the facilities are fantastic. I mean, the pool and all that. I spent 3 hours there this morning just chilling. It's a really good place. GGPM, crazy bro. If you have invested capital, you have to be more cautious. Oh, okay, yeah, if you have investors capital, look, what I would say is you have to keep doing the same thing. But so what I don't understand is why would he keep, for instance, if he's in a buy and it's going against him, why would he keep buying in without, yeah, obviously it's a stop loss. Keep scaling in. I mean, I saw on, and I'm not going to knock the bloke because I don't know him and he could be a fantastic guy. He seems like a type of bloke I'd like to, you know, I get along with. That's that Wix, he's his mate. I had a watch of an Asian session of his a while back, and I kid you not, he did very much the same thing. I think it was in about 80 pip drawdown, so he just entered another position, got 20 pips on that and claimed to win. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, how many people would just have absolute that gullible to believe it's a win? Can't do it. If it's a loss, it's a loss. Accept it. Have a stop loss. It's there for a reason. Millions blown away in an hour. That's just not acceptable. Brad, good day to you, brother. How'd you call him out? Running away with the money. Yeah. It's a tough industry, isn't it? To be honest. That's why I always say, I try to be transparent. Look, I don't trade massive account, massive lots. but I'm confident doing what I do, and I can help people, and I have helped a lot of people. I guarantee you there's some of the guys in the VIP, some of the guys I've been working with for probably about 2 years now. The improvement on those guys is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. I could pronounce it properly. I mean, Franco would vouch. I know Archard, but he's probably at work at the moment. Even Benny C. Lovely Melissa, who's probably fast asleep in a moment over in the US. There's plenty. Saxy, good morning to you. He's a good dude. Yeah, he seems like a cool dude, man. He seems like a really cool dude. Seems like the type of character I'd, you know, have a good laugh with over a beer or two. He'd probably be doing something else, you know, smoke or whatever, especially if he's in Thailand. Seeing cannabis is legal here. Big backflip went from the death penalty to being legal within like a day or so. It's crazy what they did. They're not considering making it illegal again, but they backflipped on that. All right, so gold's not doing much. GJ's at a level, so that's all right. So now just waiting to see if we do get that rejection. So that's my honest opinion. When you're managing people's money, and I mean, just goes to show, like, why, you know, if it was his own capital as well, like, what's he doing? Letting it just not accepting a loss, letting it keep, you know, going to further drawdown into drawdown. Yeah, to me, it doesn't roll, you know, too well in my books. Goats, g'day to you. And the thing is, when you are trading with other people's capital, you are answerable, aren't you? So to be honest, it sounds like maybe the emotions may have got the better. Because if you're a competent trader, you're fine to take a loss, because you know, and you, the guys who invest in you will know that you'll claw it back. It's no problem. But if you keep adding entries and it keeps going against you, that's just irresponsible. Quickly look at GU, guys. So I did a markup prior to the stream for the members. My bias is to look for sells on GU. Now the structure, the bias is flipped bearish, and it's happened all within basically a day. So quickly look at the analysis. The weekly, I'm looking at the current weekly candle. I know structurally it's bullish, but the current weekly candle is forming quite a strong bearish candle in itself. Previous daily candle closed a pretty strong bearish candle, or high low to the previous. Current dailies making a bit of a pullback, small to lower wick. Structure wise, it is bullish. So we've got the weekly, weekly as bullish, bearish. Daily structure is bullish. The 4-hour structure is bearish. At a support, we've got the level around at 131,820. I can pull up the drawings again, where we could potentially tap into on the 4-hour projection. And 30 minutes also bearish. So therefore, the bias is to the downside. So I'm looking to see, and also based on that previous daily strong bearish candle closure, what levels could price potentially pull back to form a resistance to sell it. Now, having said that, I mentioned it in the video update that I sent to the members. It's just my rules not to take the buy today, but a nice strong closure above this level, tap in, would be valid. One thing I'd be concerned about is come straight bullish from the highs without any exhaustion. I'd probably prefer to see a bit of a pause just here, and then on the next M30 look for a buy, personally, if it were me. Yeah, so that's what I'd be looking at, but otherwise I wouldn't stress it, because there's going to be options to sell from higher up. That is GU. Today was Cheston arms. Good day, Vishal. You're welcome to say something if you're about to.
Hi Justin.
How are you, brother?
Yeah. I was actually in a gold sell, but then it played out the opposite direction.
Okay. Whereabouts were you in it from?
I bought it at 2513. I bought it during like pre-London, but yeah, never played out well today.
Okay. I'm just wondering what your confirmation was, mate. Was it this bearish candle here?
Just a second.
Goats, I'll have a look for you in a moment. Yeah, to me, like I mentioned before, it's bullish across the board, so it's a tough one to sell gold.
Yeah. I took it in the last bearish candle and I was hoping for it to go to 20.
Yeah.
25.
Few issues with that. You sold it, sorry, into the support. So these zones, that's why I include the whole zone from the wick, the lowest point, to the open, the closest bodies of the candles to left or right, whatever it is. Because at any point it could reject, and you know, if I had $1 for every time it's done that, wouldn't be streaming, put it this way. So any entry has to be below, and you need, seeing it's not trending and there's no volume, you need the confirmation of a closure below if you look for anything counter trend. So I think you jumped the gun a little bit, but just let it be a lesson learned. Because if I was to sell gold today, the only way I'd consider it, and I still likely won't, to be honest guys, I'd rather buy it, is seeing the daily cam. My confidence would be the fact that the daily is going bearish. Within it, where potentially could we pull back to reject and still be bearish on the daily. And the most recent resistance, other than this one here, but a level I think will provide more opportunities around that 1870 to 2520 rejection of that level. Continuation sell is a little bit difficult against the trend. You need that closure below retest, and that's the only potential continuation sell option. So just let it be a lesson learned, mate.
Yeah, definitely, Justin. And I also feel recently, for the last 2 weeks, I've been looking at the Asian market. That setups are pretty good during the Asian session.
Yep. To be honest, I'm a big fan of the Asian session. A lot of people say there's no volume. That's a crock of shit, to be honest. The Asian session does give, like any other session, it does give moves. Sometimes it's quiet.
Yeah.
So again, nothing wrong with trading the Asian session as long as you know, patient and wait for what you want to see your plan to present. But we can have a chat about things. We'll jump on a call, chat about it at some point.
Yep.
Maybe next week, mate. So we'll keep in contact.
Yep.
Goats. Franco, good morning to you, brother. So that was a chart from yesterday. What we can do is let's just do the analysis, seeing where there's nothing just yet. So let's quickly look at GJ. All right, so there's nothing here on GJ, so we'll do the analysis on that. All right, so weekly still engulfing the previous candle. It's basically at the same level as that yesterday, from memory. So bearish, strong bearish, but a long wick to the downside. Looking at the daily, so again based off the weekly, we'll be looking to see what levels we potentially pull back to. The daily, however, did close back bullish, the previous daily, with no counter probabilities at all. It's close to a higher high, lower low. Makes it a little bit difficult, but based off that sort of goes against the weekly formation. But once again, levels, obviously this 1960 so level is a pretty key level, 19570 to 60. That could be a level where that price pulls back up to yet again to retest. The 4-hour structure itself still remains bearish. Should be marking that resistance to the upside, to the downside. Marking those lows, and we'll be adjusting it accordingly. Like so. Gonna include the highest point now. The bearish candle. That's the 4-hour range. All right. M30 structure has flipped bearish. So based off that, we've got a neutral bias. I think it was daily was bullish, was it not? It's actually a bearish bias. All right. So I'd be not looking for this buys personally, but if you were to look for a buy, you want a really strong closure now. Again, I don't personally will not be trading this time of day, but what that price has done amongst this consolidation is formed a resistance at this point here. So if it was to close significantly above, pull back, form a support above, then potentially look for the buy options. Sells are so much cleaner below previous daily candles low. So that at this point is probably, if price was to just reject just now, it's the only place I'll probably consider selling it. And the other option is if it forms support, again, being the strict trader I am, trading with rules, and not just holding on to trades, hoping that they're going to flip and go my way, then I would not be looking for this buy option, because again, my rules are to trade in line with the actual bias on on a Friday, unless I have something really strong to suggest otherwise, which I don't really have on as only a daily candle itself, previous daily candle. So that could be your confirmation. That's good enough for you, then I understand. So potential buys from that support then, if price does pop down to it and form a support above it. Otherwise, I'd just be looking for the pullback for sells. Now, obviously the next potential level, we've got really back of these highs. However, it can pull back, seeing it is structurally bearish, and create a lower high. Doesn't necessarily have to go all the way back up, and then you're just going to look for your catalyst in price action for a sell option. Maybe look to the levels here to the left. Might tap into that previous support, that low of the bullish candle. Got some more support just here. Potentially levels to sell it from. That is my opinion of NAS. Probably not the greatest analysis, but it's not looking the best personally, so that's what I'd be looking at. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. All good, mate. Good. It's all good. Is Don even still streaming? I have no idea. I've not looked at any NY stream for ages, to be honest. I have no idea who's streaming these days. Oh, guys, smash the like button. Chat to me, guys. Who's in trades? Let me know. YouTube. Show of hands. Who's in a trade? had one of those awkward moments at a gym, well, actually the last 2 days, where there's this guy I know him from like 10 years ago. And he's looking over because he sort of recognizes me, but he's probably thinking the same thing, 900% sure, but I know it's definitely him. And I'm trying to avoid it because I know as soon as he talks, he just does not shut up, and he'll just point you out. He'll just sniff you out, and it puts you off doing your bloody session. I like to get in there. That's why I train by myself. I don't like to train with another person. You end up chatting too much. So I'm trying not to. Eventually, it's gonna have to happen. I'm sure he's gonna say g'day. Oh, left hand runner golf last night, just being taken out. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming you're in a sell. Well, I'm bullish, and look at that. Just because I'm bullish doesn't mean I buy it. I've got to still have a catalyst. I still got to have an area to get involved in a buy. Man, it's not a bad closure, but this candle, the fact of the matter is, it's got no lower wick, and look at it go. So yeah, I mean, that's a move. That's good, because what this does is, like I mentioned before, it opens up, what did I say right at the beginning? This situation, let it create a nice clean move. Bit of a clean pullback. Doesn't necessarily have to retest this zone. It could make another clean pullback further down. Form support. There could be options moving forward, guys. Did you mention at the start? Thing is, I have the patience to wait. Not everyone does. Was a sell? What is going on? What's shit news? I don't think there's anything being released right now. If anyone knows of any breaking news, because the markets are definitely moving. Well, it's more so gold. Some politician probably starting a war somewhere, probably. They're all full of shit, aren't they, to be honest. Bitcoin is broken out the 4-hour range, but it's pulled right back into it. Near support. That looks an absolute mess. That looks horrible for any entry at the moment. It's a downside selling into support. The upside selling into a choppy mess. Same as gold. You wanted to make the move like gold's making just now. Clean move up, pull back, support, then buy it. Right now, it's a bit of guesswork. For me, there is no clear catalyst, there's no direction. It's just, yeah, you just need to wait, basically, is what I'm saying. All right, GJ, like I mentioned before, closures above does bias above does mean on a closure above. I wanted to make that clean move to cut through this mess, similar to what it's trying to do and what gold is doing just now, then pull back to form a support to buy it. Halfway through step one, gold is looking good. Now I just need to wait for that pullback to buy it. So this now turns to buys above instead of sells below. I'll left you in time to I might be going OUB if it happens. Not sure if it will be in December, to be honest. I hope I am, but no. Probably 95% chance I won't be. But it'll be nice at some point down the line. Funty took entry on GJ at 7 AM after 5-minute closed above 766 and broke wick highs. Entered entry at 0.887 and closed at the top of the range. 5-minute? Alright. Just here. That's alright. I mean, if you're following your plan, well done. Good work. Yeah, well done, mate. Well done. Again, guys, just because it's not a valid entry for me doesn't mean it might not be a valid entry for you guys. So by all means, well done if you're reacting to your plan. Ah, shit, Luke, you just dropped off the sort of chat. Sorry, mate. If you are watching on YouTube, yeah, it's good to be back. $23 on stream, 17 likes, so a couple of you haven't smashed that like button yet. If you could, be much appreciated. The numbers are slowly get back up there. Not that we ever had massive numbers, but I'm in it. I'm in it for a long haul. I will become number one. That's the goal. That's the plan for me. It's actually the best way to do that, be stream during MY. So much competition. So much competition, to be honest. And it seems like from when I used to just suss it out to see who was streaming, it seems like there's about 3 or so that monopolize basically the MY session. Everyone else gets the same, like what I get now, 20 or something, 30 viewers. The rest have like 1.5 to 3k plus. But that's fair enough. They've probably been a lot longer than I have. I tried MY once, I think, once or twice, and I think it had even less viewers than London that day. Yeah, that's when you grow the most. Maybe. Look, I might while I'm in Thailand, I might occasionally stream live for MYLC. Definitely not today. Contemplating having it an evening out. Why not give it a week or a month just for data? Yeah, possibly. But the thing is, MY is for the members as well. That's one of the privileges the members get. Because MY, we go into like full-on educational mode if the questions are being asked. Plus, we also have just a good chit-chat. Everyone feels more comfortable, jump on the mic and say good day and, you know, catch up, talk trash, talk, you know, trading, whatever. we have scheduled sessions for education as well. Probably a 95% chance we'll be doing a sim session on Sunday to members, by the way. Time, I'm not too sure just yet. It might be a little bit later than usual. Got my little man's birthday on Monday. I'll be on stream. Definitely be on the stream. And I'll probably definitely spoil him over the weekend. He's an absolute handsome little devil. God, guys, honestly. You think I'm a sexy guy? My son is the most handsome little dude in the world, honestly. Tip off the old man's block, that's for sure. But I got him a smartwatch, a special kid's smartwatch, which he apparently has been wanting for a while. You can put a SIM card in it and everything, so it's not connected to a phone. Does it all from the watch itself. I'm sure you'll love that. It's waterproof light too, which is must for kids because they forget. Yeah, and he wants money. He's always giving for money in this little kid. He's smart. Last year was gold. That's what he wanted. He asked for money, but I had to get him a gift, not just give him money. But I might actually take him shopping as well. If you're not following me on IG, give me a follow. You see, he's such a handsome little dude. When I pick him up from school, he stands out. He really stands out when he comes out of the class next to his mates and that. All right, so gold's tapped back in. Now there was no real limit order option. A few reasons. Stop loss. Still a massive stop loss. Not only that, it's tapped into target here to the left. We've tapped into a potential resistance, which would have been a potential target. So for me, my concern would be that create the upper wick and may just pull back, and it may just start consolidating and may end up coming back down where I can buy it from lower down. If it doesn't, no stress. It's all good. Just waiting patiently. Could there be other options? Let's see how his candle closes. What I prefer to see in this sort of instance is the 30-minute closing week bearish, and then using London open volume, breaks a low wick and begins to break the M30 week pause, bearish candles high. That could be a potential entry. So we're not ruling out anything just yet, guys. It could be an option to buy it come London open. That is what I'd like to see now on gold. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna avoid the 15-minute. I want to see a stronger confirmation, that being the M30. So that is what we're potentially looking at. Sexy, which country does he prefer with friends and everything? He's from here. He's from Thailand. He's only been to Oz when he was really young. Because of COVID and that, didn't get him a chance to bring him. So he's used to it, if you know what I mean, being here. Go on, guys, smash the like button. 29 fabulous people on stream right now. For those of you who haven't already hit the like button, I appreciate if you did so for me. So waiting on gold, waiting to see how this 30-minute candle closes. Closes weak bearish, we could have options to potentially buy it at London Open as it breaks the weak bearish candles high. GU, if it formed a minor support now on 15-minute leading into London Open, that could provide for a potential sell as price begins to break the minor support. Then have 30-minute closing back bearish, if that was to be the case, at a level of resistance which I predetermined as a potential zone that price could pull back to look for a sell option in line with the actual bias and in line with the weekly candle. So that's something, if anyone who does trade GU, I'd be, keeping an eye on. For me, it's all about how this 30-minute closes on gold at the moment. So 15 is closing too strong of a bearish candle to look for the buy within the current M30. Now the other option is if this candle closes bullish engulfing the next M15 and leaves us enough margin, that could be also an option to buy it. Stick around, guys. Here he is.
Morning, champ.
How are you?
Very well, you?
Fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Waiting to see gold, how this M30 closes. And yeah, everything else looks pretty rank at the moment.
Yeah.
How about you? Got your eyes on anything or not yet?
Nothing yet, just taking the charts.
Fair enough. You haven't missed out much.
Been to the gym this morning?
most definitely. Absolutely smashed it out. Spent a long time there too, just chilling. Really nice place. So they got a cafe, there's a restaurant, there's the water park and pool and that. So I just did my session and sat there for a while, had some breakfast and that. So yeah.
Sounds like a very pleasant morning indeed.
It was really nice day as well so far. It's hot. It's 27 degrees. It's 7 o'clock, 6:45 this morning when I went to take the little man.
Oh my word.
That's
so
6:40.
cute.
But it's not as humid today, which is good. But the clouds are starting to come around, so rain. So we're still seeing on gold. If it does still close weak bearish, I would consider a buy at London Open as it breaks the bearish candle's high. Only issue is going to be stop loss. So it's very difficult, but what you probably need to do is wait for the London Open candle to create a lower wick and use that to stop loss. It just makes it very difficult to manage though. Okay, mate. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm a little bit late today.
All good. Haven't missed out much.
A moment. So, yeah, I didn't miss anything.
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, looking at just depends on this gold candle, but the way it's pulling back just now, I don't think it's going to happen. We'll wait and see if this candle closes weak bearish on the M30 for maybe a potential buy at the open.
Yeah.
Not keen on selling it today, as per my rules on a Friday. Otherwise, buys from lower down. Seeing it's pulling back just now, I mean buys from back to 514 roughly will also be an option.
Yeah, very strong bullish candle.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere, the 15 minute as well had no low wick, so it was a real way to get involved.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
GJ is just a bit of a mess. I prefer to sell GJ today. Wanted to mention Sudi up. If I was to consider buys, which I could because the weekly is now bullish, even though the bias itself is technically bearish. But for the buys, what I prefer to see is let it create a clean move to cut through that crap. Seeing how it's rejected that consolidation just now, so I want it to actually create a clean move, then pull back. And that's when I may start to trust the buys, but that's their way of happening. Otherwise, if it does form a support and begins to pop below this resistance, so maybe like so, that's when I start to consider the sell options.
Okay.
GU, what I mentioned not long ago was if this closed a weak bullish candle, form that support, it's going to close the M30, still a bearish candle below the resistance. That could be a potential option in London. That's a wait and see.
Yeah, GU is on the weekly bearish.
Yep.
So it was very bullish the last time.
Yeah.
But this week bearish. So yeah, I'm also looking maybe for sells, but
yeah, I agree.
maybe we already had the move down and maybe we are going up right now.
Yep.
So
to grab some more liquidity.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can sell it from higher up, maybe.
So, and how the things are going in Thailand?
Yeah, good mate, really good. Lovely day. I spent the morning out and about around the gym and had some breakfast night around there, and yeah, it was good. Really chilled.
So it's also some kind of vacation, right?
At the same time, because I don't usually get to do this at home for a few reasons. I'm busy and the weather is also not as pleasant, but yeah, just enjoy it while I can. Little one's at school, so not much else to do when he's at school.
So, and he's fine, yeah? Your boy is okay?
Yeah, he's better. He's better today. He had a bit of a bad throat yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, he woke up at 4 a.m. that first night I got here, and he was just started coughing and wide awake.
Oh.
But yeah, he was much better towards the end of the day yesterday and this morning. Just in time to be spoiled a bit over the weekend, so looking forward to it. Gonna take him down to like at the shopping center. They got like the entertainment area where they got the arcade machines, and he likes playing basketball and all that too, like shooting the basketball. So, and a skeet.
So you are
hockey.
You are enjoying this also.
Yeah, hockey. Yeah, definitely take him out and about. Got to get there really early though, because once that shopping center opens, forget getting a car park. It's just crazy. Absolutely, you've never seen anything like it. This is the main one in the city. Everyone goes for especially on the weekend for food and that.
So there are a lot of people there.
Yeah, look, it's nothing like the cities we're used to, major cities. It's a lot smaller population, but it's still a 24-hour city. So
yeah,
I love it here, to be honest. There's heaps to do. It's a beautiful place. There's no beach though, unfortunately. And it's not crazy, but there's always something going on. There's always something to do. I much prefer to be here, to be honest, than back in Oz.
I can imagine. So you are at your son. So this is
that's
a
it.
Very important thing. So
100%. That's most important thing. Minnie, great to see you again, buddy. It's me, Mr. MTD. Oh, okay, nice one. How are you? Welcome. Good to see you on the stream again. Appreciate all the support. So gold, well, I was waiting to see if this candle closed the weak bearish candle, sorry, for potential London Open buys, but it's closing back below that range. So the next option for me is to look for the buys from lower down. The reason why I want to look for the buy options moving forward today is the fact that the structure across the board is bullish. The weekly is bullish as well. There's just, for me, there's not enough confluences to sell it. So I'd rather just be patient and wait for the option to potentially buy it. GJ is a little bit of a different story. The bias is bearish, but we've got the weekly candle is technically a bullish candle, obviously. So we're opening the gap to the downside, but irrespective of that, it's now above the open of the previous candle, bearish candle. So the bullish candle itself, so that gives me options to buy it. But what I did mention is it's quite choppy to the left, so I prefer in this instance for it to create a clean move, cut through that mess, and pull back on the support. But having said that, what it's doing now, it's retesting that zone. If it forms the support at it, only needs to start closing back in the range below 190, 940 roughly, and it could be options to sell it. You well? Hope family, yeah, all good, mate. Thank you. AJ, you still working one? Nice one. Yeah, I remember that used to be to kill it. So nice one, good to see. We got just under 4 minutes until London Open. What a nice long trade from 108. Oh wow. So you've been in a sell for a while. Yeah, as with all the yen pairs, there's a lot of them, they've all pretty much sold off. Wow, nice one. Hold it for a month. Good work, mate. Even if that's a a really small position, it's still some significant profit. So well, from watching, mate, it's just as much you because you're the one who pulls the trigger. So appreciate that you learn from watching. At the end of the day, you guys who practice what you learn. So thank you nonetheless. Good to see the VIP numbers, by the way, going up. Got 31 members now, including myself, so 30 members. It's good. It's starting to turn to a decent little group there, and they get my full attention. I should be on Sunday for a sim session at some point. Alright, so gold looks like it's not gonna close as I would like for it to close as per my plan, so it's not gonna be an option just now on gold. There could be options a little bit later on though, at the support potentially. And GJ is not ready for the sell just yet. I need to see, again, a bit of support forming and then price popping back below that resistance. Reason being is because that previous candle is a very strong bullish candle, so one bearish candle isn't sufficient enough. I don't have the catalyst within it. I don't have the bearish engulfing. I don't have support and closure below the support. I've got none of that. So it's just not ready for me. Could be potentially ready on the next M30 after the closure of London Open M30 potentially. That remains to be seen though. Ben, nice community building in the VIP. There is. It's a good little group because everyone feels, I think, now comfortable to get involved. Always encourage everyone to get involved. Sorry, mate.
It feels like there's somebody joining every kind of 2 or 3 days at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment it has been. And some of the names are familiar names as well. So yeah, it's good. Good to see. We've got London Open. DJ still above that previous level. And gold back below that resistance. That's all good. I'd like for it to come back down to support now. See gold, please buy or sell. There's nothing for me right now on gold. I want to buy it today if I am to take a trade on gold. In line with the structure, in line with the weekly candle. Bullish across the board. I'd rather look for the buy options. At this point, my buy options are either going to be at around this 2,513 sort of level upon support forming back at the previous support. Otherwise, if we start to pop back above perhaps this bearish candle high, there might be options, maybe. Just depends how we approach as well. So now I'm gonna remove that. And so far, the analysis is potentially playing out from what I mentioned at the very beginning. Clean move up through this mess. Let it create a clean move down, form support, and then we can look to spy it within clean price action from lower down. So far, we'll see. We'll see if it continues that way. Sexy, do you miss the buy and sell questions when you were... Yeah, there was none of that in the VIP. There's none of that. Please, sir, can we buy now or sell? You get used to it. It's all part of it. To be honest, I don't mind it. Thank you. All good. It's all part of it, to be honest. So, I understand people come on the stream for different reasons. That's not going to sway my view on the charts as well, at all. Sorry. What are you doing? G is pulling back further. That's fine, and it's good. It's making a clean move. So the buys look good, definitely look good. But again, in line with my strict rules on a Friday, I'm only interested in selling if I was trading it. Perhaps GJ could be laying out what we want to see. So if this 15 closed bullish, like so, forming that support, only to then be engulfed on the next M15 and closing back below previous resistance, that could be enough to give us an option to sell it on the next M30. At that point there, the M30 itself is going to end up looking like so, long wick to the upside, rejecting that range. I need to close back below, and then the entry will be on the following candle, small bulk. And there's the entry as it breaks the candle's low. Still a lot of, time to play out though, that to be the case. Now, if gold provides that minor pause, so the other option for gold would be if this 15 closes pretty much as is, nice strong bullish candle up here, it's high, and then that's followed by the weak bearish pause. It's still going to close the M30 back, a bullish candle in the uptrend, looking somewhat like so. That could provide a catalyst on the following candle, low wick, and as it breaks the high for the candle's candle. And there's your option of potentially on gold. So once again, could have options on the next M30, guys. look at EU quickly. Yeah, I'd be looking for the sells if anything. Yeah, my bias would be to look for sells today. I was looking at EU. It's a matter of where. So I'd be marking in. Got a few levels. I mean, we've got probably you can mark that level in. Probably not going to have the margin though to sell from the current level. So their option, in my opinion, is to wait for it to pull back a bit further, but it doesn't necessarily need to do so. It's in a downtrend. And the other option is below this support, 110.70 basically. Now, the only other option we consider on GJ, seeing this is now flipping, is if if this candle closed back strong bearish below on the M15, like so, and then followed by a weak pause on the following candle, and we still blow that previous resistance because that still confirms support. Still going to close back another strong bearish M30 candle with long wick to the upside, just going to grab liquidity from range above. So as the new candle opens up and begins to break the low, that's a potential option to sell it. I'm just, again, as candles print, yes, candles print, I was correct. I just reassess. Gold is pushing now, so that buy option is not going to be present because you're going to be buying into that resistance. So next option is potentially above that bearish candle, not on impulse. Need to wait. Got 20 minutes of this M30 candle remaining. A cheeky little gold sell option would be this candle closes weak bullish now on the M30. One week to the upside. And if the next candle broke that support, then it's likely heading back towards 25.14. But again, that's not going to be for me on the Friday. I'll just wait patiently for the buy option. Mr. MTD, I'll just call you Midi now, so that's your name. Do you see GU making another bull run to 132.30 or a chase back to 130.0906? 132.30? Well, whilst the bias remains bearish, I think there's further potential for it to come down. When my opinion might be swayed a little bit. So once the M30 at least begins to flip, at this point that won't flip until closures above these highs here, above 132 flat. So I mean, until that happens, I'm more in line of it coming down. But yeah, it's not so concerned, to be honest. I'm just be focused on the most recent price action for the potential options. I mean, right now, I'd rather it be the 30-minute closure because you don't yet have a resistance confirmed back below that previous level. But if this would close in the M30 bearish, then that would be a pretty strong catalyst to sell it. So GJ needs to close very strong bearish in the next 2.5 minutes on this M15 for there to be any potential option as per my rules on the next M30 candle. Strong bearish, weak bullish entry and downside on the next M30. Been buy since one. Wow, and in some nice swing trades.
Justin?
Yes, mate.
Quick question. I've looked on gold right now.
Yep.
And I have seen on the H4 that there's a massive resistance there.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know even if we are bullish right now, but if I see the price action right now, and if we can get a weak bullish candle on the M50, do you think maybe some sells could play out?
Yeah.
Because margin is there.
Yep.
At the end.
I did mention that.
Okay, sorry.
No, all good. If it does close back weak bullish, then that would be a pretty solid sell option as it breaks the weak bullish candle's low pause candle. Because that point there, you've got that support. You've got a clean candle to the left of it. There's high probabilities coming back down towards 25.14, 25.13 sort of level. But again, I'm just going to be really strict with it because that's just how I am. But yeah, I definitely see it as far as price action. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. But it's closing too strong right now.
Yeah, currently the M15.
Yeah.
GJ close. Nah, it's not what we want to see.
Yeah, GU also not closing very good on M50.
Yeah. It's all good. And even if it did on the 30 Franco, then obviously it's still valid gold. But again, it's just betting on your rules. Mini secured some nice one. As long as you, even if you're not securing, as long as you're trailing your stop loss into profit, it's, you're well up. So as long as you're managing it. Brad, taking partials. EJ sells, nice one. Nice one. Are you in from somewhere around here? Far left, gotta run. All good, mate. Thank you. Appreciate you for joining as always. You have a good weekend, and I'll catch you back on Monday. In from 160.662. There's 662. Alright, interesting. Not 100% sure what your confirmation was. But as long as you're in profit and you're secured, I mean, that's all we can do. For me, the entry would have been just here, so I'd be at break even at this moment. I wouldn't have secured anything just yet, personally. Anyone else in any trades? YouTube? How are we going?
Nothing for me. Only those gold buys for me so far this week from yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, same. News later today as well. US dollar, I think. PCE. That's a big one. GBP. So I think this is pretty much the number one measure of inflation. The forecast is for as to be as per the previous. If that does come out like so, sorry man.
That just seems so. Oh, that's month on month. Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was saying that was the yearly, like the CPI number.
Way too low. Only. Yeah, so yesterday when we were watching it in my session, that was good thing for the US dollar, came out as per the forecast. Gold dropped off the back of that, but it's since retraced all the way back up. So that was yesterday. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was actually, it was. Sorry, I'm still on Sydney time in this chart. Gotta change the time. Sexy when got by, stop loss at break even, was risking less than 0.5% and entered 1 minute consolidation around 17. All right. Interesting. Nice one. happy that's in a profit. Never really watched gold on the 1 minute. So in the Discord, Manasive, is that you goats by any chance? Because whoever it is saying that your stop loss is taken out on a gold limit order sell, but never actually hit 25.24. I mean, on this chart it has. I'm not sure about your broker. A little bit disappointing if that is to be the case. So actually I've been at it recently this month just for the entries. Still stick to the high time frame for analysis. It's been a profitable month so far. Still need more data though. That's alright. I mean, there's nothing wrong with testing things out, but look, best of luck with it. I personally think there's too much confusion, too much data being printed on the 1 minute. You'll have your good times, obviously, and you'll have your times where you may get caught out because you're a little bit prematurely into an entry. So just be careful with it, but at least you're doing the right thing testing it out. You might be forward testing, that's fine. As long as you're doing it for small lot sizes as well, so you're not going to blow your account. Yeah, just be careful with it. Give me some sharp entries while reduce my stop loss as well. Yeah, so that's the other issue. Where is the stop loss? Because you still need to have quite a, in my opinion, technical stop loss. So it might be a swing point or 15-minute or something. I'm not sure. I've never bothered with it because it just, there's too much data on the screen in the 1 minute. And there's going to be you're rarely going to find clean traffic in the 1 minute. I mean, a 5 minute would give you more opportunities as well, as far as you'll find some clean traffic, but even that's too low of a time frame. I can only use it to add confidence to an entry. GJ, I don't have that support just yet. But what we are getting is a nice strong bearish candle closure below. So maybe if the next 15-minute candle, if the new M30 closes a weak bullish candle, there could be options to sell it. Second and 15 for the next M30 candle. Gold potentially forming that pause just now, but we've got a fair wick, and there is on the bullish candle, there is not much margin to retest the resistance. At this rate, I'm likely going to be avoiding gold for the time being. We'll see how the candle closes next 2 and a bit minutes though. Yes, I agree. The high time frames help me with directional bias. I definitely agree with that. Then I apply Justice method with the lower time frames for further confirmation. That's good, mate. Good to hear. So the 30-minute, you don't really have margin whatsoever, and that's the overriding time frame. 30 minutes suggesting we need to wait for a strong closure really above that bearish candle. Pretty boring London session so far. Apart from that initial move at the very beginning. Basically just consolidating.
It's the key to profitability, isn't it? Boring trading.
Or exactly. True. I call myself a boring trader, but it works.
If you're having fun, you're probably doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Then it's like a casino. Just rolling the dice way too often if that's the case. It's true, boring trading works. If you just got the discipline and patience to wait for your plan to present and then provide a entry signal. It's just hard though for the average person to sit and wait and actually understand that not every day is going to be a trading day. The 15 doesn't look bad on gold, but the issue is the 30 for me. There is just not the margin on the M30. Alright guys, I'm back in a minute. Hey guys, I'm back. Turn off the aircon for a bit. It gets pretty chilly in this room. It's the office. Alright, JJ bouncing. Trying to come to grips with what this Donvo thing is. So what? Millions blown away in an hour. Was he involved in a news trade or something and just went against him?
Who's that?
Donvo.
Oh yeah, what is that? That sounds familiar.
What happened?
Don't know. Well, in the chat saying that his ham account, I think he blew gone, absolutely gone on a within an hour on a trade. Just kept buying into drawdown apparently and kept going against him.
Yeah. Who is that though?
That's from my session.
Is he an Instagram type trader?
Yes or no? I mean, he has massive stop losses. Holds into drawdown.
Was he live and doing it?
I don't know. I don't know if he's been streaming. To be honest, I haven't checked MY for ages to know. To be honest, but so actually, think you'd think of the bot. Bot took 300 trades and blew everyone's account. Oh, really? So it wasn't his copy trade account, maybe it was, but it was tied to a bot which was kept triggering into trades. Who knows? I have no idea. That doesn't sound right. I mean, these bots are pure programmed to not do that type of thing. No one, Ben was working on, or has been working on. It can be designed so it triggers in at certain points. Like it won't necessarily, if you put a specific time frame like between entries and that, it will do that. It was the MAM account basically copy. Yeah, okay. All right, so he was in a drawdown and he kept triggering into more trades. I'm finding it hard to come to terms with it. What the deal was. Minimum investment was 5k. To be honest, it's sad to hear because it's people's livelihood. A lot of them are probably counting on it. It's a tough one. Either it was a rug pull or Dom messed up the bot. Yeah. I don't think it was a rug pull. Personally, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I don't know the guy, but I don't think he would do that. I think maybe he's just mucked up with the trades personally, because we know he likes the whole drawdown. So GJ, I mean, the buy still could present later. It's just not now, because he needs to create a clean move, cut through that mess, and pull back to the support for options later. It wasn't his trading style though. People lost over 100k account overnight, and it's taken like 300 trades in less than. See, I don't know how that would happen though, because again, these bots are pretty, I don't know, pretty solid, to be honest. And most of them should have sequences, and like the max amount of trades will open at any one time. If that doesn't have one, then what they're using, I have no idea. That's just, it's not on. Bots work the way you manage them. Yeah, I know, but still, 300 trades. Once again, a lot of them have a max amount in the sequence. So I don't know how it could open 300 trades within one sequence. It's a slight mistake while calculations are managing their settings while setting limits cause this. Yeah, but still, they should have all that covered. It's still very irresponsible. The broker, yeah. Yeah, so was I. I was under the impression his bot was just a copy as well. Because wasn't that in the whole big fuffle that he went on about a while back in his stories? I actually feel sorry people lost. Yeah, I know, that's why I say it's not even a laughing matter, to be honest. It's sad to hear. Ben heard he was trying to create a bot to mimic his style, but though stupid emoji things away, though the main investor fund was a ham account style. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, I thought again, so I thought it's as you did. It was a trade copier. And even if it was a bot just to mimic his copy his trading style, then I understand like he goes in a fair bit of drawdown, but to be opening that many trades and keep opening that many trades is just very irresponsible. Gold not looking great, not much happening on gold. GJ is way off at the moment, but we'll see. Sexy, but even with copiers, don't the brokers allow you to set a risk like more than 50% of your account when you get blown or something like that, investor side? I'm not sure of that, to be honest. Then agreed, then the element should still be covered off. So it's actually not sure if people lost everything, or must have been an error in the parameters, maybe in the settings. Something that they probably weren't aware of until that type of thing happens. Sometimes it's unfortunate, but sometimes it takes this sort of situation to uncover an error. But surely they would have had it all, you know, worked out prior to allowing people to invest. Surely. Alright, the only other potential option on GJ would be the cowboy sells, which would require waiting for this 30 minutes to close in the next 15 minutes, closing up near this zone, followed by the next M30 opening up without creating a lower wick and just tapping into that zone around 50% of the zone, execute a sell, stop loss back above or above the highs. In anticipation, it's likely going to pull back at some point to create a low wick. It's at a 4-hour resistance, strong level that price reacts and has reacted to multiple times, and that could be the potential option moving forward. Seeing we are approaching volume, but we have to wait and see. Gold is just lifeless at the moment. Sexy was with Blueberry Markets, okay. But even on your own account, how couldn't you have some risk? Well, that's it. That's what I mean. It's it where you don't lose more than. That's what I mean. I mean, the one, you know, Ben, I'm sure you don't really mind me talking about it a bit. We've always had parameters set, so why don't you go into some amount of drawdown and cuts the trade off completely? Because last thing you want to do is just hold in hope. Still have to have proper risk management, and how they didn't consider that or haven't got a parameter for that, I have no idea. You know what they're doing, to be honest. They've surely and have some sort of cutoff point where even if it's a substantial amount, whether it be 10% or something like that, at some point you just got to cut the loss. Because what if something does come out to news and you're in trades and all of a sudden gold shits the bed, you're in buys, and all of a sudden you get the margin call, which may have happened, I don't know. Ben, crack on. All good, mate. Appreciate it. To me, it's just irresponsible. Like, I understand some of these bots, like, they won't. I could kind of have a stop loss, but I kind of don't. But at the same point, I'll have a cutoff point as far as the percentage on the table in drawdown. So again, I just don't know how they let something like that happen. It's very irresponsible.
Justin,
Yeah, mate.
I have a question to GU.
Yeah, of course.
So right now it's pushing up.
Yep.
And
Actually,
I have marked on my chart the H4.
yeah.
As you have here also in gray. So we closed on the M50. We closed above this area.
Okay.
So I would consider only sells when we come again below the H4 resistance area.
Correct.
And not bouncing back from this blue area right now.
So you wouldn't consider a sell from this blue area?
Yeah, because we still have the H4 open.
Yeah.
So that means for me maybe okay. So there's potential maybe that we can go down again and
Yep.
closing below this resistance H4. This is my yeah, therefore I'm a little bit afraid to take sells at this area,
Yep.
at the blue area.
To be honest, I think as long as you get a really strong catalyst, so the consolidation and the strong closure below it, then I would still consider it, even if it is still back above that zone. But it is, again, it's a little, what you probably want to see is actually tap into it. Actually, that's a better option. Let it create the resistance, tapping back into that previous level resistance is just broken out of, and then form that support and close below support. Then I'd start trusting it. That makes sense. But I want it to tap in, reject, create support, close below support.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not an easy area at the end, right?
Correct, it's not.
No.
That's why I prefer to see that, because then you got to think about if it's retesting it, then essentially if you were to continue bullish, you don't need to pull back and break support, close below support. They're likely just going to respect the previous resistance and potentially head back up, create the higher high, potentially move back above 30-minute structure bullish, and maybe start trending further to the upside. But if it does retest it, bounce off it, form that support, only to fail and close back below the support, then there's a high probability of coming back down again.
Yeah.
So that's what I see.
Then, and we have only one hour right now.
Yep.
Until the new H4 candle opens. So
yep.
Yeah, okay.
So that's fair enough. Yeah, that's just personally what I'd be looking at. Gold just has no volume whatsoever. Then it's a 45% profit split. Blueberry risking 15% per trade apparently. Don't see any evidence of it being a bot other than a multi-account manager style scheme. Yeah, just it's hard to work out because he wouldn't be opening 300 trades surely. So actually, if I've got funded accounts, did Blueberry do funded accounts? I don't think it's Blueberry, to be honest. I mean, it could, but I think pretty sure Blueberry's ASIC regulated. Aren't they an Australian broker? If they're ASIC regulated, they're not going to do a rug pull. I'll go to jail for it. They'll be up the shits. We've got very strict regulations in Oz to protect the consumer. Since last month. Okay, I wasn't even aware they do funded accounts. Yeah, I doubt it'd be Blueberry. But who knows? Oh, anyone's guesswork, really. New country have no option to trade funded accounts. Just to be honest, I feel for the guy a bit too, because how do you explain yourself? I mean, you shouldn't have to, because you shouldn't let it get to that, but still. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of hard work over the years blown out the window. That's, yeah. see how this M30 closes. Blueberry, I see reload. Very interested for, yeah, so it would be. Yeah, I very much doubt it'd be a blueberry thing, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sexy, I'm sure it's a mistake, but this is a mistake you can't really rectify. Exactly. Especially with so many people involved. Exactly. There's no explaining yourself, really. It's... To be honest, it doesn't go well for the whole industry, because for people like me, because people are just going to think everyone does, you know, just out there to scam everyone of the hard-earned cash, and that it's not the case though. I teach how to trade. I'm not preaching investment or anything like that. It's just, I don't want the headache. I just don't want it. Again, the only thing been working a bit on is Upbot. Well, Ben's been working on it also. But that has been trial to, and will never go into a certain amount of draw, like more than a certain amount of drawdown. It just completely cuts it off, and it does it. We've seen it happen. It completely does it. It doesn't ignore it and just stuff it. They open. It's a set for that. But when people see this happen, I think everything's, you know, everyone's just out to pinch everyone's cash or whatever. Personally, I'm just here to help people trade who are interested in making, you know, trading for themselves to make their own cash. I preach what works for me. I show you how I go about things, how I go about creating some rules, and, you know, developing a plan of action for today. And the results go to show. So, you know, hopefully you guys see through it. I'm sure you guys can. But I understand why people get put off, because they have these sort of experiences and they think it's just all a scam. Because, you know, if you mention to anyone, whoever I mention to, you know, I trade some Forex or whatever, I don't really mention much else, because instantly they think it's a scam, especially here. Thailand, they all think it's a scam, because a lot of it is seen. I've seen on the news. A lot of here, yeah, and they've had like celebrities endorse certain products, investment products through Forex, only to end up being a rug pull as well. So I'm very lucky that my missus understands, because she has traded herself. She understands what I do is not a scam, but certain other aspects of the industry are definitely scams. But the majority of people you ask here, they think it's a big time scam. I don't basically go around telling everyone I trade Forex or I stream on YouTube, yeah. Probably have the cops at the door. Alright, GJ, wanted to push a little bit, to be honest, in the next minute and 37 seconds. Pop up a little bit higher. The new car has to just open. Straight bullish. Let's mark in a 50% of this zone. We want to tap into roughly that level there. So it's far-fetched, but that is the only scenario I can see right now that could potentially play out for any sort of option for me. We'll see. All comes down to the new hourly, new M30. Has to have no lower wick. That is the only way it'll be valid. Alright, 15 seconds, guys. Let's see. Alright, has to rip straight up. It's got a fair way to rip. 30 or 25 pips roughly. Flips. Game over. Well, game over. There it goes. Gold is shit house. Gold is just consolidating. Absolutely no direction whatsoever. GU still rejecting, so still bearish in M30. GU, the sells could come from a little bit higher up, so if now what I'd be waiting for is the M30 engulfing. The only issue is you're coming close to the 4 hour, so you'd be wanting to get involved pretty early in the next M30 if that was to be the case. Yeah, so GJ for me, what I'd be waiting for now is what I prefer to see it do is actually tap into this resistance and look for rejection. It's still technically bearish in M30 if it does reject that level, so you can look for your counter swing price action from that level. However, it does make that clean move. Look, I would consider the buys above now moving forward if I was on the chart, as long as you got the margin. What you'd probably best do is wait for the 4 hour to close, and if it did close up near its high of strong bullish candle, let the new 4 hour break the upper wick, lower wick, sorry, tap into that support, bouncing off it, and that could be the option potentially buy it. Gold is just a mess at the moment. Need a closure minimum above that bearish candle high. Any potential entry back up to towards the resistance, the current weekly high. Not interested in selling it today. Over buys from lower down. That's pretty much it on gold. So yeah, I think that's about a wrap, guys. I'm gonna get ready to go pick up the little man from school. Finishes a bit earlier on a Friday. Yeah, Chef Wilson, thank you. To everyone on YouTube, thank you for your support the last few days. Good to be back. I'll be back on Monday, same time as always. Have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. Trade safe if you are trading into a my session. If you want to know a little bit more about the VIP or anything like that, the links are down below in the description. Feel free to send me a message if you want to know anything more. Guys, you have a good weekend. James, Franco, I'll chat to you. And
Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
see you, bro.
You too.
cheers, guys.
Enjoy your
Appreciate it.
time.
Thank you, mate.
Bye bye.
Cheers, mate. Brad,
Hey.
thank you. Everyone else, take care. Trade safe. Have a good one. Catch you guys next week. Cheers, my friends. Bye, guys.